Thanks for staying with us on Across Louisiana, Acadiana Style, brought to you by Mellow Joy, the original Cajun coffee. And speaking of Cajun, we're pleased to welcome Bart Folse with the Greater Iberia Chamber to talk about the Gumbo Cook-Off. During the day, he works for Legacy Medical Group down there. How are you?
Doing well. How are you? Thanks for having me today.
All right. So I know with a name like Folse, you've got a cook, but they have sent an inspired spokesperson because you're fired up. You came in second last year, and you want to come in first.
Exactly.
Huh?
I competed in the professional seafood category last year. Finished second. Rumor has it that was by 1 point, but I think that was just to stir me up a little bit more. But yes, we're excited about it. It's quickly approaching. I'm on the chamber board and on the committee that plans this whole thing. So it seems like there's not enough time every year to get all the details wrapped up.
All right, so it's October 11th, but it's not just one. Let's talk about there's a broad base. You don't have to be an expert. All the different categories and types of gumbos you can cook.
Absolutely. It's not about just being a professional. We've got two divisions: the amateur and the professional. The amateur category is your traditional chicken and sausage and seafood, and then we also have the melange category, which encompasses everything else that may be thrown into a gumbo. So no telling what you'll find in one of those. The professional category is the simply seafood and non-seafood to let the real experts duke it out.
Well, talk about, I was in a jambalaya competition, and making a pot at home is different than making a giant pot. You got to scale it. The recipe didn't necessarily scale.
Yeah, it's extremely difficult to scale that. The biggest part is your roux, and as any cook knows, making a roux is pretty difficult at home when you're doing it on a small scale. But the minimum requirement is about an 80-quart pot of gumbo. So we're making roux with 5 pounds of flour and almost a whole gallon of oil, and it's very difficult to scale that up and to be able to have the team and the help to be able to coordinate getting all that into a pot and make a delicious gumbo.
This has been going on a while as a fundraiser for the chamber. Walk us through the day besides eating the gumbo. I'm sure there's other music, attractions, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's a ton. It actually it goes on all weekend, starting on Friday night with, we have a little sort of family, kid-friendly get-together. We're barbecuing some burgers. There's going to be some movies out in the plaza. Then on Saturday, the real fun begins, and all the bands come in. Chubby Carrier's coming in and playing, and we've actually got the Pine Leaf Boys coming in and wrapping up Saturday night for us. But there's lots of the Cajun Food Festival is what we like to call it on the Saturday as well. So it's basically anything but gumbo. A big highlight from Saturday from last year was we did our first annual youth cook-off. To try to inspire the young kids in the competition, the young kids in the community to learn how to cook and learn such an important part of our Cajun heritage. Do
they get to do a smaller pot? They don't have to do 80?
Yeah, they do a smaller pot. They're allowed to use some jaw roux, which we consider cheating in the gumbo world. It was a great success for us. I think we had about 12 teams last year that competed, and the kids just got a great kick out of it.
Now that I think about it, we do live high school football, and we didn't know. We were down there on that Saturday night, Friday night, and we finished our game, and we said, let's just cut through downtown, and to get our truck back. We couldn't. We were going to go back up to Baton Rouge through St. Martinville. It didn't work out.
There's no cutting through downtown during Gumbo Cook-Off. The entire downtown New Iberia, which is absolutely beautiful, just shuts down for the weekend, and we get an opportunity to really celebrate our heritage and celebrate everything that's so special about South Louisiana and New Iberia specifically.
Yeah, a very special place. It's got Spanish and French.
Correct.
It's one that's been just both, and just a beautiful place. Give the website so folks can get a hold of how to get involved with this.
Easiest way to get in touch with us is find us on Facebook. You can find us with the Greater Iberia Chamber of Commerce on Facebook, or World Championship Gumbo Cook-Off on Facebook, or you can go to iberiachamber.org. And that'll have all of our launching sites for everything else related to the chamber.
All right, Bart, I'm going to give you some advice. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. You got second place. You can stress out on this too easy. Just chill and do your best, okay?
My plan is to do it just like last year.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for being with us. We're going to step away for just a moment. When we come back, April Corville is going to talk about La Fête du Festival. Stay with us.